Hello everyone, this is Jack Frost with your daily update for the Ethereum technicals and Solana. For the Ethereum technicals, price has continued to hover around support resistance at 3200. At this point it is support. Volume continues to support bearish movement for the short term with strongest volume on these downwards sessions. ADX now increases with a bearish trend that is in its early stages and not yet in danger of ending. An on-balance volume breaks out of support, giving a weak bearish signal. This is only a weak signal as it had the minimum to test quite a noticeable slope and was not very long held. RSI is neutral and declining with a bit of room before it may enter oversold. Money flow also neutral and declining with quite a bit more room than RSI before it may enter oversold. And ATR steadily increasing as price declines for the short term, giving a bearish outlook for volatility for the very short term. And as this bearish trend indicated by ADX is in its early stages and not yet extreme, this expects price to continue lower before ADX may enter extreme or very extreme conditions. Additionally, RSI and money flow may enter oversold and or exhibit divergence. On the first Solana daily chart, this wave count sees primary wave 4 an incomplete double zigzag, currently within intermediate wave Y and within that minor wave C. Price has continued to hover around the upper edge of this Elliott channel, the Elliott channel drawn around intermediate degree movements from the start of intermediate wave W to the end of intermediate wave X, with a copy on the end of intermediate wave W. Minor wave B labeled complete at this last high here as it broke above the Elliott channel. If it continues any higher, it cannot move above the start of minor wave A at 188.0915. If that does happen, this wave count will be discarded. We have three targets. The first target calculated for primary wave 4 at 117.4360, where it would reach the 0.618 Fibonacci ratio of primary wave 3. Though as this is not a very low target and does not expect the correction to be that deep, we have these lower targets giving a range between 84 and 94 for intermediate wave Y and minor wave C. The target for intermediate wave Y reaching the 1.618 Fibonacci ratio of intermediate wave W at 84.7439. And a slightly higher target for minor wave C at the 1.618 Fibonacci ratio for minor wave A at 94.0804. This gives a broad idea for where these waves may be labeled complete. On the second daily chart for Solana, this wave count sees primary wave 4 an incomplete barrier triangle currently within intermediate wave E. Intermediate wave D labeled complete at this last high just here. If it continues any higher, it cannot move above the end of intermediate wave B at 188.0915, though as is the rule for a barrier triangle, this is not absolute, meaning intermediate wave D can move a little bit above this point. Though as price continues lower for intermediate wave E, it is expected to fall short of the AC trendline as is common for barrier triangles. And additionally, intermediate wave E cannot move below the end of intermediate wave C at 122.5794, as is the rule for barrier triangles. On the third daily chart, this wave count sees primary wave 4 a complete single zigzag truncated by 2.7951, where intermediate wave C has failed to move beyond the end of intermediate wave A by that amount. Price now increasing for primary wave 5 and the end of cycle wave 3. A confidence point is set at 188.0915, which is the upper invalidation for both previous wave counts, and as price has broken above the Elliott channel, it now hovers around the upper edge, finding support here. A full green candlestick above and not touching, moving away from this channel would add further confidence to this wave count, seeing bullish movement to overall continue. Within primary wave 5, any second wave corrective movement cannot move below its start at 122.5794. On the technical daily chart for Solana, price has increased after finding support at 127 with this doji candlestick just here, currently hovering around support resistance at 175. Volume supports upwards movement with strongest volume on these bullish candlesticks just here. On-balance volume gives a slight bearish signal breaking below this small support line, though as the support line had a noticeable slope, only the minimum 2 tests, and was not very long held, it does not give a very strong signal. ADX continues to increase with a bullish trend that is still in its early stages and not yet in danger of ending. RSI is neutral and increasing with a little bit of room to move before it may enter overbought. Money flow also neutral and increasing with quite a bit more room than RSI before it may enter overbought. Additionally, neither RSI or money flow exhibit divergence at this time frame. ATR steadily increasing along with price. And as this trend indicated by ADX is not yet extreme, while RSI and money flow are both neutral, the bullish trend may continue to where RSI and money flow may enter overbought and or exhibit divergence. Additionally, ADX may enter extreme or very extreme conditions. That's all for me with your daily update for Solana and the Ethereum technicals. As always, if you want the Ethereum Elliott Wave count, you can sign up for that today at pureelliottwave.com using the link in the description below. Thank you, and I hope everyone has a good weekend.